Alright, so I will be recording now a session on nl25zoom on Poker Stars. Gonna be two tabling. We're joining in the middle of the session. I've played 311 hands so far. Encountered some interesting spots, but we're not gonna go over them right now. So my main goal will be to play slowly and give you guys my thought process in every hand, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get a constructive feedback from all of you. So let's start. I'm gonna be thinking deeply about probably every move except from those like who are really obvious. So here obviously I'm gonna play the hand. This reg is pretty tight on the button and he's opening pretty wide, pretty big. And when he auto checks this one, I think 10 high needs to be bet. Even though he might call me now with ace highs, but he just have a lot of like, he might fold an ace high, and he can definitely fold some queen and some, yeah. All right, and now I'm going to go. I'm gonna put this guy into the test and gonna bet an overbet. I just don't see him calling with his ace high or whatever, but he might, and then I'll note and try to like take advantage of that next time, but he doesn't because they really don't do it. So alright, that was a bit scary, but we made it through. Alright, ongoing. So I pretty much have no data on anybody here. My opening sizes are gonna be mainly 3xing from under the gun and 2.5xing from all positions, and then on the button sometimes gonna 2x it when I see that there are aggressive opponents, which 3-bet a lot, so it will be one of the adjustments to open small. I don't know much about this hand, if I should be betting the flop or calling, but so here I'm gonna, so under the gun also, some of the time if I see some big fish that just like call, I'm gonna 3x, and in general I think 3xing is better because as you can see right now a lot of people tend to call too much, and they tend to call to, on a rainbow board I'm definitely c-betting this against 3 opponents even, but on this board I guess I'm gonna delayed c-bet something like a third pot. I'm gonna make it hard on here. I'm gonna bet big. I'm gonna make it hard on anybody to call with like a pair, even with a third pot. My range is not kept. I'm definitely checking good hands on the flop. So I was saying about, so 3xing, I think that's a good exploit against the pool, which call too much, but still opening a lot of hands, so no problem doing that. This guy, most of them don't. I think I have a big leak, I don't know, I need to see numbers by better players, but I think I tend to over defend the big blind, and people here they just don't defend the big blind, or maybe they defend the standard range and I don't defend enough. I don't know, but I think that they under defend. Also, when I see something like that, Concords, he's opening, and this strikes me as pretty weak, but I can 3-bet it, but I think these guys, they just don't fold. I can also call. Sometimes I will do it. Definitely, I'm definitely spewy. And definitely over defending the big blind, but I'm not. I don't know about this call. Maybe it's a fold. I guess it's a fold, but still. So not gonna start bluffing with this no equity hand. Probably no equity. This guy is pretty tight, but I really don't have. It's not tight, but like so far he's been tight from early position, but he's not a tight player. But so I think this hand can go either way. I'll just flat this time, and gonna be half potting against 2 checks. All right. This board hits my range pretty nicely, and now I'm gonna 2x it with a somewhat 3-bet happy player here, but alright. I'm gonna check now. And check again. Guy limped under the gun. I'm gonna give him the pot, even though he did it with deuce 4. So just let's mark him and limp GTG for this suit. Alright, here I think this can go either way. I'll check this time. And ace is not the best card. Nice thing about betting 9s on the flop is to make our opponent fold an ace high, but hopefully we're gonna win it anyway. No, we didn't. We didn't. I'm gonna call here once, but I'm not liking it. And gonna check, not gonna turn it into a bluff. This guy, I think I've seen him, well, that's gonna be a 3-bet. I've seen him like insta call me, but I've seen him open 3x, and now he's like 2xing. Here I'm gonna start with a check, which I would have been doing with basically all of my range. This guy Lewis, I don't know what this call is like. I'm gonna call once and perhaps bluff river. Not on a jack. That's when he and exactly, and now that he bets again. Alright. I don't know how wide this guy is, if he has like under pairs here, like 8s, 7s, 6s or something like that, but he can also have boats, and I don't know. Don't think he's betting too wide against 2 people on 3-bet pot on this kind of board, and the jack, even his bluffs, like, I don't know. These guys, they flat call. Some of them flat call. Their flat calling range is like really defined, really tight, but some of them, I'm gonna be squeezing here, and I'm gonna make it 4.25. All right. bet, which usually is gonna be practically aces. Really don't know what to do in this spot. I think this one is a call. Really don't know what to do. And obviously gonna check fold on this board. I think it's a call, and then when you hit something, you just go with it. But maybe it's not. So here I'm going to check, and I'm not sure. Maybe I killed this hand. I don't know. And here I'm gonna 3-bet this time. Start the hand with a bet. Might even bluff some 9s and some 9s and 10s and jacks. And I guess I'm gonna be giving up here. And gonna show the hand, but I'm never good here. Oh, he didn't fold 7s on the flop against this small sizing. That's just amazing. Here nobody really, I don't think, really overbets it when I'm obviously as an ace, have an ace. I think his check on the river was a pretty decent check, since if I had a queen, like ace queen or something, I don't know actually, like I'm betting, the hands I'm betting for value there on the river is probably just ace queen, and the pool and me also will probably be calling more than betting for value, for thin value, and then like calling another bet. So I don't think check raising actually now on second thought is the best play. I think betting, and in general on this pool, like I don't think people are too aggressive on the river on these kind of situations. Sometimes maybe, but not here. This is fish. Didn't pro bet flush draw and didn't bluff river versus 3 missed C bets. So he's pretty passive. And this guy I'm gonna open definitely against. I'm gonna check here. So against the small blind, that's the first time he's free betting, so we have an easy fold with ace 5 offsuit. Here, can I 3-bet? Yeah, I can raise. Nah, after I checked, I'm gonna call. And gonna fold. Maybe I should have raised the turn, but I'm gonna fold. It's like I'm gonna have Jack 8 and I'm gonna have 8s and 5-8 suited probably. So I do have some value hands, and I'm not gonna really check kings on the flop, but they don't know it, so I think people tend to like underthink this situation, but maybe not. And obviously gonna bet here. It's pretty tough to be playing and talking. And gonna be 2.5x in here. C-bet for a little bit under half pot. Getting insta-called. Perhaps by ace high or by some pairs that he's calling pre-flop with, and checking here and winning against ace high basically, so I'm gonna check and we win. Checkbook turn when made not flush to raise river, so this guy's a little bit on the trickier side. Either tricky or they are afraid to like lose you as a customer when they hit like an obvious draw and you are very much prone to fold. So here I'm gonna fold on the ace 10. Like he's pretty tight, and these sizings they're usually value-ish. Here I think I'm gonna small and then he like insta raises. I think I could have just delayed c-bet here because he's calling in the small blind and he doesn't really have something that usually misses, like I don't know. And they have like I have backdoor straight, but I also have 9 high, which benefits greatly from folding hands like queen high, jack high, 10 high. So these hands are definitely folding to a delayed c-bet. I think delayed c-bet was the best move there, but all right. Veranuka. I think I played some hands with this guy. I think he's on the station side here. We're playing. I think we have a clear 3-bet even this deep. I'm gonna make it smaller and gonna call here even though I don't like it. This guy called. His range is gonna be pair heavy and suited Broadway and pairs. I'm gonna be third to like, and now on this queen I'm gonna be calling the ace 9 here, even though what he's repping is like 2 pair or what, but I'm gonna call, and here I'm gonna check and give up. I think, yeah, 10 deuce. May needed to think about a raise when he checked. Yeah. It's really tough. It's like he checked the turn, so they usually don't do it with like. First of all, he bet big on the flop, like really big, like pot. It's not really big because it's a small pot. It's like a limped pot, but then he bet like big, and then like a scare card for a 2 pair came, and he checked. And then he bet like 2/3 because we checked. I should really be raising this like 100%. Because sometimes he will have queen jack, but usually he will not bet this so big on the flop, if he will even bet it, and he just always has like deuce 10, deuce 9, 10 9 playing this way. So I think sometimes he will have ace 10 even, like it's like very small part of his range that might even isolate pre-flop, so it might even go bigger on the river. So I guess, yeah, that's a raise. Would make it pretty big because I know he's kept and like would make it pretty big. He's kept and pretty strong. Like his range is pretty much defined, and like ace is it's supposed to be a scare card, and we check the river, so we're not likely to have any straights. Not gonna see bet this one. If I knew this player to be okay, here I am gonna call it, but if I knew this player to be wide, then I guess this is like an insta call, an insta c bet. But now that we hit the 8 and he's half potting, what is going on? Is he betting? Is he bluffing? Possible. Is he value betting worse? I don't think so. Does he always have a 10 or a 9 here or a flush? I think once we hit the 8, I'm gonna call, yeah. This guy I've wrote down probably sizing tails and he's 3-betting pretty wide, and I'm gonna call here and proceed. Like I don't think this guy has like aces or kings or something, and now he's betting big. Not gonna fold. Question is, do I want to raise this insta big raise? No, I don't think so. Like the hard cards are gonna protect my range. Now he's betting again very big. I think I like calling and then like going all in on either a heart or like a straight card. I think, yeah, it worked, but now in hindsight I don't really like it. What happened here? Oh, he c-bet. Now in hindsight I don't really like it, actually. Here I'm definitely gonna be betting on the smaller side because we're betting against a non-polarized range. Here we're betting a little bit on the bigger side because of what I said earlier. Because it's a multi-way pot. So, and now I will be over betting the river. And gonna be betting this much here. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not bluffing here once I'm thirding the turn and like overbetting the river, because I want to fall here against this type player because because it just doesn't look like, it looks like I would be betting bigger on the turn again if I would start to like bluff. So I think this is what like goes on through their mind, but I'm definitely sure that that's not true about how I play my range. Here is c-bet small, and now now his range is pretty capped. Like he could have some king X, but he definitely doesn't have. Actually, he might have most things, but he's small, c-bet small, so Maybe I should be 3xing. Hey, betting third, but I think betting third and betting half it's doesn't have a lot of difference. So generally, all in all, I'm really not happy about my play. I really would like some pointers from you guys or from anybody who's interested. I am thinking about getting a coach. The problem is that everything I saw right now on Run It Once it's is like super expensive. People they want like $500 an hour, $400 an hour, and I just don't think that it's a reasonable sum to be asking for. I don't know because like sure it's like it's an industry with a lot of money in it, but I'm not sure that I'm qualified to get this money worth of training in like 1 hour. All right, I'm gonna be wrapping it up now. Try to make it as short as possible. I know that nobody wants to watch such a long session by somebody else. It's pretty boring. And this guy's pretty tight, but I'm definitely three betting. Gonna make it like 1.87. We're pretty. We're like 130 big blinds deep, 125. All right. Again, I would be glad to get your pointers. Thank you.